Mm, okay, let me just quickly check if I'm audible on the stream and then I can start. Mm, okay, so I'm audible. Let's start. So I woke up today at around 7 in the morning. So I spent around 3 hours. I didn't go to classes. I skipped classes and I spent around 3 hours today in the morning trying to solve these questions, top 50 Amazon questions. So there are a couple of changes that you might see on the screen right now. One of them is that it shows that now instead of 50, we have only 41 questions. The reason is that 9 questions were um, those questions that I cannot access without subscribing to the Lead Code Premium, which I do not have right now. Um, so I have removed those questions from the list. Other than that, I have solved around 20 questions, 10 questions, not 20, around 10, 15 questions in the morning. So now we have like 9 more questions left to do. So for this stream, I have around 1.5 hour, close to 1.5 hour remaining because I have a class at 6. So let's try to do as many questions as possible in this stream and then we'll see. Okay, let me just quickly pull up OneNote also. Let's delete all this. All right, now I think we can start. Cool. So let's start with the questions. Mm, I can randomly pick questions right now because there are only 9 questions left. So either way, I have to pick them. Let's pick this one first. I also have decided that I'm going to be using a timer. So let's also use the timer for the question and let's start. Okay. So there are 8 prison cells in a row and each cell is either occupied or vacant. Each day, whether the cell is occupied or vacant changes according to the following rules. If a cell has two adjacent neighbors that are both occupied or vacant, then the cell become occupied. So if the two adjacent neighbors are both occupied or both vacant, in that case the cell becomes occupied. Okay. Otherwise it becomes vacant. Cool. Note that because prison is a row, the first and the last cell in the row can't have two adjacent neighbors. So which means they'll always be uh, the way they are, right? Is that so? No. Yeah, they'll always be vacant. They'll always be vacant. Cool. So you're gonna an integer array where this is this. 1 means the cell is occupied. Return the state of prison after n days and such changes described above. So let's see the constraints. Well, the length of this array is going to be at max 8 and the n, it could be up to 10 to the power 9. So we cannot even do a for loop on n because n is a huge number. So what will happen after n days? Okay. Hmm. So if the two adjacent neighbors are both same, hmm, then this will become occupied. Hmm. So for example, this is day 0, right? Now on day 1, I go here, I check the adjacent neighbors are same, so they will become 1. I go here, I check that the adjacent neighbors are same, so it's going to become 1. I go here, I check that the adjacent neighbors are not same, so it's going to become 0. Same, this is going to be 0, this is going to be 0, this is going to be 0, and this will definitely be 0 after day 1 only. Okay, and then I check adjacent neighbors are not same, so 0, this is also 0, this is also 0, this is 1, this is 1, and this is also 1. Cool, and the same shit will keep on happening. Mm-hmm. How will I? So there must be some sort of pattern that will be followed here. Let's try to understand if we can figure out the pattern. Hmm. Hmm. One more thing that's coming to my mind is if the state of the array is going to repeat after some number of iterations or not. So there must be a way of finding out if it's gonna repeat or not. Let's see. Okay, this after around a lot of days is like this. So initially, let's try to replicate this one. We have 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 0. Now on day 1, this one will become 0. Now this 0 will become 0, will stay 0 only, and this is gonna stay 0 only. This is gonna stay 1, this is gonna be 0, and this is also gonna be 0, and this is gonna be 1, and this is gonna be 0. That's after day 1. Okay, now after day 2, this is always going to be 0, but this is 1, this is 0, and this is 1, this is 0, and this is also 0, this is always 1. Similarly, the very next day I realized that this is 1, this is also 1, this is 1, this is 0, and then this is 0, and this is 1, and this is 0. Maybe the very next day I realized that this is going to be 0, this is 1, and this is going to be 0, this is going to be 0, and this is also going to be 0, this is going to be 1, this is going to be 0. Have I started repeating? Not really. Then if I do the same thing, I realize that this is going to be 0, this is going to be 1, this is going to be 0, this is going to be 1, this is going to be 0, and this is going to be 1, and this is going to be 0. Okay, let's do it one more time. So I have 0, I have 0, I have 1, 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 and I have 0. This is like the final answer that I have. Oh, that's interesting. Which means after around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 iterations, the number has actually repeated. So I'm assuming that it's gonna repeat after after x iterations, and as soon as it repeats, I'm gonna return the same thing. Should I be returning the same thing or not? So this is day 0, this is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On day 6, I'm going to have something that looks similar to this. Now they're asking me how will it look after these many iterations? Well, if I keep on repeating this for some additional days, so this is 0, and this is going to be 0, and this is going to be 0, and this is going to be 1, 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 or 0 and 0. Again 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. So I'm still trying to figure out if I have actually repeated once again, but I haven't. So maybe now I have repeated. Um, Not really. So I still haven't repeated, which is funny. Okay, now it is confusing. I don't know when will I repeat. So let's think about it for a couple of seconds now. Hmm. Hmm. Is there something else that I'm missing or some other logic that could be used? First one is always going to be 0. Hmm. We've spent around 10 minutes thinking about the solution. but still have no idea how will I be able to solve this problem. Interesting, interesting problem. What kind of data structure should I be using here? Hmm, seems like a math problem more than a DSA based problem. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Prison cell after n days. Hmm. Let's look at the topics that are related to this. So it's array, hash table, math, and bit manipulation. Okay. Um. So most probably I won't be able to solve this problem because I haven't solved a lot of questions on this particular topic. But bit manipulation, how is it working here? Hash table. So I am supposing that it's going to repeat after some particular time. That's my assumption. This is what I assume, honestly. That's what I think is what going to happen. It's going to repeat after some n number of times. Shall I try and simulate it and see where is it repeating? Let's say hash map is an empty array, and let's say um, temp. So we're gonna assume that we have temp for I in range. Let's call it for 100 iterations. We're gonna have temp, which is having 0 for I in range length of cells, right? And now I'm gonna go for I in for j in actually for j in range. Let's call this underscore. Let's say for j in range, from 1 to length of cells minus 1, right? Um, temp of j is nothing but cells of j minus 1 or XOR cells of j plus 1. And I'm gonna say hash map uh, of I or hash map dot name of temp is nothing but I, and I want to print hash map and I want to return 0 or maybe just the send. So the thing is, I doubt if this is going to work because list cannot be treated as a hashable type. Yes, the same thing. List cannot be treated as a hashable type, but um, can I have a set? I don't think I can have a set. Maybe this is fine. Maybe we can do x equal to this dot join um, this, which is map string comma I for I in temp. Okay, this is going to work. Hash map of x equals to hash map dot get x comma empty array plus I. This is gonna work now. Int object is not iterable. This is not the correct syntax. The syntax is mm, let me remember how I write this. For I in range uh, for I range length of map in comma input, something like that. So here it's supposed to be map string comma m. Maybe this is how it's supposed to be. Something weird is happening right now, and that something weird is very interesting. Oh, it's not weird, it's how this is supposed to be. I'm sorry. Yes. So in this particular case, I have one, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 keys. In this case, when I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 present cells, I have 14 keys, 14 distinct keys, and they are repeating after 14. So they are repeating in terms of 14. I don't know why. If that's gonna happen all the time, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure, but I can figure that out if I put an entirely different array, and if it remains the same, then our problem is very easy to solve. Although I have no understanding of the logic, but yes, it remains the same because I can do length of hash map dot key, and this is gonna return me 14. Yes, it's returning me 14. So that makes a lot of sense. So all I have to do is I have to run this thing for about how many times do I need to run this thing? I need to run this thing for 14 times, right? I need to run this thing for 14 times. For safety, let's do 15 times. And in the hash map, let's store I is nothing but temp. Instead of doing all that math that we did earlier, let's skip to this part. Okay, now we're gonna run this only 15 times because we know that there are only these many stuff. Or is it repeating? Yes, it's repeating on 15, so let's just do it for 14 times. Okay, now how do I get to that n using the current information that I have? I think my internet is creating some problems right now. Okay, it's back. It's back. Okay, I almost thought that I lost my connection for a moment. Okay, so we've spent like 22 minutes. So let's quickly finish up this problem. So the thing is that all I need to do is I need to check what I need to say x equals to n% 14. Okay, and this is going to give me some number x where I can use this number to say that I need to return hash map of x. So I'm returning 0011 0 0 0. Let's take this example because we have a lot of code written for it already. Okay, now it says that it's returning 0 triple 1 triple 0 0 triple 1 triple 0. Um, So now maybe I can do 1000 of this. It should still work somehow. No, it isn't working. It says that there are some problems with it. Um, Interesting. Let's also have a temp hash map, and let's also have x equals to this dot join map string map cells comma t nice cells comma hh. Let's call it hh. Cells comma string hh of x is hh dot get x comma empty array and put x put I there. Let's print hh. Type object is not iterable. Join map cell string cells. Hmm. 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 Yes. So this is always 14. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe about just 100 because I'm trying to understand how many things are there. So this is 0 from 1 to 99, and this is from 14 to 98. So do if I want to find out what would be the state of this array after 7 iterations, I would need to go to the 7th index of the thing. Similarly, if I need to find out what will be the array after 14 iterations, this is where it's supposed to be. Maybe, maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe. So if I run it for a huge number, still getting a wrong answer. Hmm. Hmm. This is something that's not working. Um, if it is 14, then we can simply pick this one. If it is 0, then we can pick this one. If it is 1, then we can pick this one. It's 2, then we can pick that one. And this should work ideally, but it's not really working. So if I go for like 15, what should be the answer when I say 15? When I say 15, my answer is supposed to be 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. No, it's supposed to be 0, double 1, and a lot of stuff. 0, triple 1, and 0, double 1, and a lot of stuff. So this is supposed to be my answer when I'm giving 15 as the input. But it's not correct. Why? Why is it not correct, by the way? So this is for first iteration, sixth iteration. Hmm. Hmm. Expected outcome is 0, double one, and then a lot of zeros. But I don't see it here in my hash map at all, um, which is questionable. Which is questionable for sure. Mm, yep, it's questionable. Why do I not see it here? What am I missing? I give up. After 30 minutes? Yeah, 29 minutes. So I'm not able to solve this problem at all. Let's look at the some solutions. So this is a repeating pattern according to them. Can I have uh, why 14? For example, there are results per iteration. After 13th iteration, the pattern will repeat. So it starts a new pattern from 14th iteration. The reason why this 14 is important, the extreme case from right to left. It takes at least 7 iterations from the 7th cell to have its impact on the 0th cell. Iteration 1, cell 7 will change the value of 6, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes. So in total it takes 14 iterations to have an impact of all the cells on each other. Hence after 13th iteration the pattern will repeat. Hence the 14 number is used to mod the n number of days. In the two examples, the pattern will repeat after 14th examples. I'm trying to do it with 14, but it's not working, and trust me, that's not really helpful for me, particularly. Um, if I do +1, maybe not here. Okay, I'm getting another call, so I need to mute myself on stream. I don't want to leak my voice call.